So, how is it going to end? When most of you think of movement, I'm assuming, which is something I really don't like to do, but I have to do it because I believe it's true. When most of you think of movement, I imagine you think of it as moving forward, this one-track-minded vision of moving forward. Never mind that movement is beside you, above you, below, around you. Never mind that it is here, that it is stagnant, it is stationary. You don't see that because it's not in front of you and it's not tangible. I've had a hard time trying to figure out how to introduce this piece, introduce my being to you, because I assume, I'm doing it again, I assume that most of you are well-read, well-established, well-spoken people. And how does a youth such as myself, an 11th grader, a 17-year-old, approach you well-established people? How do I do that? And then I remembered that we're all people. We're all human. And it's okay to make mistakes. So it is okay for me to share this truth with you. This truth that is my own as much as it is yours. And you need to hear it. My piece is based around the definition of my name, which is Leago, as you've heard before, and it means building. And when I speak of building, I want to know, how do I live up to my name? How do I build from here? Here, being the society made for us to believe that we're progressing when we're really just regressing. But you don't see that regression because no one wants to accept failure. Here is the society made for us to believe that we cannot repeat our history, mainly because you and I don't want to. We omit to mention that we are still living in that history. We are still a part of that history, and that is why we cannot repeat it. We are within it. We are living it. And that is the reality. So this piece is called Leago. How do I build from here? How is it going to end? When the rumblings in my name mourn the demands that spoke on my parents' lips, her child-bearing hips, the name that played on my mother's mind, thought, that's the one I cannot file away. My father's back. My father's back, where I learned that not everything black is charred with scarred memories of unsuccessfully trying to begin again. Because I am here. My name, a new branding for redemption, my hands for redemption, a new branding for the conception of greatness that deserves to rise. But how is it going to end when I am unable to move, to mold, to be empirical, shift concrete minds from paper thoughts, paper towns, paper people? Remember, shift rock from stagnancy and rapists from clemency. How do I build from here? I can't hear past these 5 letters, 3 syllables, but instead these stumblings over these building blocks, these building blocks. It's not a science, not Lego blocks, not spilt milk tears over missing puzzle pieces. None of that, but everything I can't hear past this name. It's so heavy, and how do I build upon a government designed for us to fear it? Look up to the sky, the greatest lie. See that it's not the limit, because the skyscrapers said so. The skyscrapers said so. Labor is not fit for the labor laws, granite pours, midnight tours, junkies breaking through maternal hearts, smoking up the television set. Men playing games more treacherous than darts, wheels spinning off carts. And you're pocketing credit, no hands for debits, because everything you touch is not in your favor. And maybe romanticizing is your savor, romanticizing sparks and rundown parks, nothing pretty. and you can't wait to be in love again with someone a little more broken than you are, because that flips the script, cuts the encrypt, and makes great art. You're all trying to be different. Makes great art. Textbook perpetuating that he is the only abuser and he or she is that not how you write. He or she insinuating that she always comes after, behind every great man. Children too afraid to color outside the lines, mainly black mentality. Bitter female cop slapping her sisters with the green envy fines. The real convicts too drunk and escape to read the road signs, and little boys crashing their toy cars like their dreams, except their dreams can't be fixed, so they scribble them, write them off for guns. Child soldiers. And the headline reads, child sold is human trafficking. Extended oxymorons and live paradoxes. Live paradoxes. Killing with kindness and birthing pools of melancholy, heavily centered on your collar until you and the rest of the world can barely breathe. So, how is it going to end?